Welcome. Here which starts with the hormones by Professor Komal Mahajan. Learning objective of hormones is describe the different classes and chemical structure of hormones, describe the synthesis and modes of secretion of hormones. Contents of hormones is introduction of hormones, classification of hormones, chemical classes of hormones, and mechanism of hormones action. Now the key takeaways. Hormones is a chemical substance. Mechanism of hormones action has the two types. First one is water soluble hormone and second is lipid soluble hormone. Now next one is the definition of hormones. Hormones is a chemical substances by the cells into the extracellular fluid. They regulate the metabolic function of other cells. Have a lag times ranging from seconds to hours. Tend to have prolonged effect. The hormones is produced by the endocrine system and gives the slower action, while as the nervous system produces the nerve impulses and gives the fast action. These both are the nervous system and endocrine system correlate with each other. Now next is classification of hormones. First one is the amino acid base. Most hormones belongs to this class include the amines, thyroxine, peptide and protein hormones. Second one is steroids, gonad and adrenocortical hormones. Third one is eicosanoids, leukotrienes and prostaglandin. Next, chemical classes of hormones. Chemically, hormones can be divided into two broad classes, those that are soluble in lipid and those that are soluble in water. This chemical classification is also useful functionally because the two classes exert their effect differently. First one is the lipid soluble hormones. The lipid soluble hormones include the steroid hormones, thyroid hormones and nitric oxide. First one is the steroid hormones. These steroid hormones are derived from cholesterol. Each steroid hormone is unique due to presence of different chemical groups attached at various sites on the four rings at the core of its structure. These are the steroid hormones and the core structure is same but the attached chemical groups are the different. These small differences allow for a large diversity of function. Next one is the thyroid hormones. The two thyroid hormones is the T3 and the T4. They are synthesized by attaching iodine to the amino acid which is a tyrosine. See, these are the thyroid gland. This thyroid gland produces the T3. It means the three iodine atoms attached to the amino acid tyrosine. See in structure. Again, this thyroid gland produces the T4. It means the four iodine atom attached to the tyrosine. The presence of two benzene rings within a T3 or T4 molecule makes these molecules very lipid soluble. Third one is the gas of nitric oxide. They act as both the hormones and the neurotransmitter. Hormones in a endocrine system and neurotransmitter in a nervous system. Now in this the diagram, the neurotransmitter, they contains the presynaptic neuron and the postsynaptic neuron. In the presynaptic neuron, there is the synthesis of a neurotransmitter, and this synthesized neurotransmitter gets stored in the synaptic vesicle. When the action potential gets generated, this synaptic vesicle get ruptured, and ruptures the neurotransmitter get released into the synaptic vesicle, and they are bind to the receptor, and this receptor is present on the postsynaptic membrane. Its synthesis is catalyzed by the enzyme which is a nitric oxide synthesis. Second one is the water soluble hormones. The water soluble hormones includes the amine hormones, peptide and protein hormones, and eicosanoids hormones. First one is the amine hormones. They are synthesizing by decarboxylating and otherwise modifying certain amino acids. They are called as amines because they retain an amino group. The catecholamine, which includes the epinephrine, non-epinephrine and dopamine, are synthesized by modifying the amino acid tyrosine. Histamine is synthesized from the amino acid histidine by mast cells and the platelets. Serotonin and melatonin are derived from tryptophan. Second one is the peptide hormones and protein hormones. The peptide and protein hormones are amino acid polymerase. The smaller peptide hormones consist of chain of 3 to 49 amino acids. The larger protein hormones include the 50 to 200 amino acids. For example of peptide hormones are antidiuretic hormones and the oxytocin. And protein hormones include the human growth hormones and the insulin. Several of the protein hormones, such as the thyroid stimulating hormones, have attached the carbohydrate groups and thus are glycoprotein hormones. Third one is the eicosanoid hormones. These eicosanoid hormones are derived from arachidonic acid, which is a 20-carbon fatty acid. The two major types of eicosanoids are prostaglandin and the leukotrienes. The eicosanoids are important local hormones and they may act as a circulating hormones as well. Now the next is mechanism of hormones action, and this question is asked for the 5 or 10 marks. The response to a hormone depend on both the hormones itself and the target cell. Various target cells respond differently to the same hormones. Insulin, for example, which stimulates the synthesis of glycogen in liver cell and synthesis of triglyceride in adipose tissue. Hormones produce one or more of the following cellular changes. First one is alter the plasma membrane permeability, stimulate the protein synthesis. Now see, these ribosomes are responsible for the production of new protein. Activate or deactivate enzyme system, induce a secretory activity and stimulate the mitosis. Mitosis, it means the formation of the two new daughter cells. Question: how lipid soluble hormones work? Let's start how the lipid soluble hormones work. Action of lipid soluble hormones. Lipid soluble hormones include a steroid, thyroid hormones bind to receptor within a target cells. Their mechanism of action is as follows. First one is a free lipid soluble hormone molecule diffuse from the blood through the interstitial fluid and through the lipid bilayer of the plasma membrane into a cell. Next, if the cell is target cell, the hormone bind to and activate the receptor located within the cytosol or nucleus. The activated receptor hormone complex that alters the gene expression. It turns specific gene of the nuclear DNA on or off. As the DNA is transcribed, new messenger RNA forms and leave the nucleus, enters in the cytosol. There is direct synthesis of a new protein, often an enzyme, on the ribosomes. A new protein alters the cell activity and causes the response typical of that hormones. These are the mechanism of action of the lipid soluble hormones. Now see in the diagram. These are the blood capillaries. They are the free hormones, target cell, cytosol and the nucleus. Now the first step. The lipid soluble hormones diffuse into the cell and these diffuse hormones get bind to the receptor. After the binding the receptor get activated. Activated receptor hormone complex alters the gene expression. It means the DNA get converted into the messenger RNA. And this messenger RNA leaves the nucleus and binds to a ribosome. And this ribosome forms the new protein and this new protein alter the cell activity. These are total process of the lipid soluble hormones. Now the next question. How lipid soluble hormones get work? Let's start with this. Action of water soluble hormones. Because amine, peptide, protein and eicosanoid hormones are not lipid soluble, they can't diffuse through the lipid bilayer of the plasma membrane and bind to receptor inside the target cell. Instead, water-soluble hormones bind to receptor that protrude from the target cell surface. The receptor are integral transmembrane protein in the plasma membrane. When a water-soluble hormone binds to its receptor at the outer surface of the plasma membrane, then it is act as a first messenger. The first messenger is the hormone that causes the production of a second messenger inside the cell where the specific hormone stimulate the response takes place. One common second messenger is cyclic AMP. The neurotransmitters, neuropeptides and several sensory transduction mechanisms also act via second messenger system. The action of typical water-soluble hormones. C. A water-soluble hormones, which is a first messenger, diffuse from the blood through the interstitial fluid and then binds to its receptor at the exterior surface of a target cell plasma membrane. After the binding of the hormones to a receptor, they forms the hormone receptor complex and activate a membrane protein which is called as the G protein. The activated G protein in turn activate the adenylate cyclase. And this activated adenylate cyclase converts the ATP into the cyclic AMP. Because the enzyme activate site is on the inner surface of the plasma membrane, this reaction occurs in the cytosol of the cell. The cyclic AMP, which is a second messenger, activate one or more protein kinase which may be free in the cytosol or bound to the plasma membrane. A protein kinase is an enzyme that phosphorylates, it means the addition of a phosphate group or the cellular protein such as an enzyme. The donor of the phosphate group is ATP, which is converted to ADP. Activated protein kinase phosphorylate one or more cellular protein. Phosphorylation activates some of these proteins and inactivates others, rather like turning a switch on or off. Phosphorylated proteins in turn cause a reaction that produces physiological response. Different protein kinases exist within different target cells and within different organelles of the same target cell. After a brief period, an enzyme called the phosphodiesterase inactivates the cyclic AMP. The cell response is turned off unless the new hormone molecules continue to bind to their receptor in the plasma membrane and the cycle gets repeated. Now see, these are the blood capillaries, these are the water soluble hormones, these are the target cells. Now these water soluble hormones gives bind to the receptor or these hormones is the first messenger, and this binding of the receptor form the hormone receptor complex and they activate the surface protein which is a G protein, and this activated G protein activate the adenylase cyclase, and this adenylase cyclase convert the ATP into the cyclic AMP. And this cyclic AMP, which is the second messenger, activate the protein kinase. And this activated protein kinase phosphorylate the cellular protein. It means the protein get converted into the protein phosphate in the presence of the ATP. And this ATP get converted into the ADP. And last, this phosphorylated protein produces the physiological response. And this phosphodiesterase inactivate the cyclic AMP. These are the total mechanism of the lipid soluble, water soluble hormones. Now the next is the puzzle to solve it. Reference material used for this study is books as well as the internet. Thank you.